I'm Jay LaCalzi.
And I'm Mac Robinson.
And this is
J-Mac Impact. Today we're here with Hill from Urban Outdoorsman. He's going to teach us a little bit about what he does and show us how to shoot a little better. So let's go.
We wanted to thank you for coming out and teaching us how to shoot a little better, how to move when we're shooting, and a little more of what you do. And we just wanted you to have the opportunity to introduce yourself first.
God, appreciate it. All right, name is Hill. I go by Hill Witfield. Urban Outdoorsman is my brand. Pretty much started with some country roots, more of a city mouse, country mouse type of upbringing. So a lot of things I'm into are pretty much things that I did since I was a little child. In a sense, we lived Chesapeake Street, Southeast DC for a good period of time. Parents didn't have too much bread at the time. We were trying to figure things out. Summers came around. There was no summer camp. It was you're going to Granddad's down in Deep South Georgia. Being down there, we learned a lot of different things, circle of life type stuff. I remember pet chickens and things like that pretty much I had to tend to. Grandma would say, hey, what we having for dinner tonight? And we like, we want cheeseburgers, McDonald's. She said, oh, nah, y'all go ahead and go on the swing set and go play. I'll call y'all when dinner's ready. And you see her go out there with that apron on, she's spreading that corn or whatever, grabbing up Fred, wringing the neck. And we learned about things then. Granddad would wake up 2, 3 in the morning, he'd turn that light on, go get a spotlight, go grab a 1022, you had to go shoot at some eyes, maybe some with the coyotes, foxes, and things like that in the hen house, or hogs. We had hogs as well. We had 2 multi-acre ponds on the property, so we hunted, fished, plinked around a little bit. We didn't have fancy ranges. We just had pretty much a stick in the ground, a can, or whatever you can put on the thing, and you just have fun making games like that. So the introduction to firearms and things like that pretty much was more of a tool type thing. It was a tool before it was a weapon in my mind for the most part. The country upbringing pretty much had me more connected to, outdoors. The Urban Outdoorsman brand itself was the merge between me living here closer to the city, things like that, enjoying the things that you get in the metropolis, but still understanding and respecting that time when you're stuck back in the dirt road somewhere where the nearest town is 15 or 20 minutes away per se, and you pretty much got as much as you can from your land. So I extended that to a lot of my friends. A lot of people get a lot of things from things that we hunt, fish, and all that. But when the pandemic hit, the idea was that people had a lot of idle time. Instead of just remodeling their homes, people were like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I know you have firearms, this and third. Do you have anything for sale? We couldn't find anything during the pandemic. Shelves were being cleared out. I made a lot of rapports with gun stores at that time, and pretty much I would get phone calls. I would get calls from everything from down to big dogs, outfitters out there, King George, My good buddy Andy hit me up. He's the gunsmith there and all that. Hey, we got 3 Maryland legal firearms coming in. It's the 3rd. Hey, I need 2 of those. I can't hold anything. Well, I'm sending 2 people right now. Look, I can't hold them, but if they can get here in an hour, you're good. So I got 26 people legally armed during that time period. The thing was, though, the caveat was you couldn't just get armed just because I would help you get that. You had to come see me. We had to talk about what you had, how to break it down, how to clean it. You had to shoot it. I was not accredited as an instructor at that time, but the mindset was to go forward. You know what? Maybe this is a part of me in the sense of nothing I need to do a little bit more, invest in myself. So I got certified through USCCA. Started shooting competitions with some of my boys. Some of my friends are here for the most part. Some of them have moved away, but they still come in town. Every time they come in town, they schedule visits according to what matches are in. So we push each other. We start working on our own guns. I'm somewhat of a tool horse, so when it comes to guns and things like that, you can let me borrow your wrench for a little bit, but I'm going to have one by Thursday as long as Amazon Prime is still in place. So, so my mindset was to get as many, tools on my tool belt. And then start sharing those things. I was teaching folks to actually start growing their own food in their backyards. Get some buckets, really simple. Corn, what do you normally eat? Corn, okra, potato, anything, tomatoes. You can start doing that yourself. The empowerment and understanding that you know where your food comes from. You have less question about if it's tainted or not. All those things came into a whole big ball. So there's firearm side, there's the outdoors and fishing and hunting, and then there's the understanding of, hey, where does food come from? How important is it to know what you're putting in your body, and also being still connected to outdoors in some way, shape, or form. Right now, I'm actually carving a lane. I'm working with a couple different entities in mental health, and we're looking to, we've applied for some grants. We're looking to start bringing that back to city and the youth in a sense, or whatever. But the other side is this: there's a therapeutic side to it. The release. You hear those joking terms. Go outside, touch grass, touch dirt. Those things are more than just pretty much saying, hey, you need to play in this stuff, or you need to go, ground yourself per se. Another thing is understanding that we are all connected in some way, shape, or form. So I've been pushing that from small youth in a sense to grown adults.
So you said that you legally armed 26 people during the pandemic.
Okay.
So can you elaborate a little more into that, what that looks like? What do you mean by, legally arming guys?
All right.
Or
Not
people?
a problem. All right, so the bulk of those people were in Maryland for the most part. We know we have certain restrictions in place, and these things are in place in a sense to quote-unquote make us more safe, and we find that those things are usually a little bit more prohibitive towards folks who are actually going the legal route. I can go to the store like a Walmart and I can just go ahead and pick up a pistol, or I can order it online, and that's just not the case. So I had to walk them through the actual process legally of how to actually get a pistol or a firearm of some sort. In doing so, I pretty much forged a lot of rapport through the years from dealing with different gun stores. I've helped some in marketing and things like that. And so they would reach out to me to let me know what was in stock or what was available. I was going everywhere from Baltimore all the way down to pretty much King George and the other side of the bridge, trying to find, okay, what's Maryland legal? What's on the roster? What, things that considered, something that's reasonable for Maryland in a legal sense to own. And in doing so, I made sure I made a note of that. Whenever I was going on my runs for ammo or things like that, I made sure I called a circle of folks that hit me that would say, hey, I'm looking for more magazines, I'm looking for this and third. This is where they are. This is where they are. So I made sure that those people found those things, because it was pretty much a desolate, it was the desert in a lot of these places. The Walmart in La Plata, they had one pink 22 in there. And it was a guy, a big burly guy, he was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get that. I was like, oh, everyone's looking for something at this time. Under stress and duress, we found that our first response system was not as reliable as we assumed it should be. Calls were being prioritized, so the fear started to come in, and people started saying, wait, I need to go ahead and take responsibility on my own. In doing so, they didn't know how. I made sure that I translated, hey, this is the things in the process you need to do, no matter the age or whatnot, as long as you're within the legal age and limits to have firearms. I made it very clear if you weren't legally able to have one, then you had to seek other options. I'm here to help if anything. Actual training regimen, when you put some of these aspects in there, what happens is it's the same thing as if you only have a right hand, you play basketball, you may be the best around your way, you may make it to state championship. That other team is watching film. They're thinking, hey, look, he can't go left, force him left. Just because you really want to win doesn't mean you're going to develop that skill set under that pressure, under duress. So you have to do some of these things to see where that weakness is and start picking it apart. Right here, he can go home right now, put 2 post-its up and just dry fire, bringing the gun up, whatever, to his line of sight, and being honest with himself, whether it's too high, too low, too left, or too right, tighten it up, go to the range. After he goes to the range, he can then see if that actually applies to real world. All right, shooter, are you ready? Stand by. target, shoot yellow target. Equal light. Yellow target in the middle. There we go. Now, you may not think you progressed much in a quick little time, but you did.
Yeah, now I feel the difference.
You settled in. Settling in is going to help you. Now you see though, that the range is cool. All that stuff seems cool. Video footage, highlight reels, dumping the mag, all that stuff is dope until you have to actually stop someone. And the one thing that happens, sometimes we anticipate, knowing that it's about to go bang, sometimes you flinch, you tighten up. When you get to pushing and pressure, you stop thinking about that sometimes. But if you have bad mannerisms and bad foundation, at the end of the day, it's going to show.
So can you tell us some of the services that Urban Outdoorsman provides?
Not a problem. So first off, I guess the big thing, the big ticket item right now has been firearms training. So I'm doing classes, everything from concealed carry. I'm doing classes for Maryland, DC, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and also Florida. Outside of that, I do consultation. If you are shooting and you want to improve your shooting, I help you find those little areas to focus in on. And also help remove some of those bad habits and unlearn some things that may be a little bit detrimental to you shooting a little bit better, a little bit faster, or things like that. Outside of that, I also do a children's introduction to firearms and firearm safety. I do a women's firearms and self-defense class as well. I also do a realtor safety class in a sense. We have a lot of, it's an uptick, I don't know if you're aware, where people are getting scheduled as a realtor to come and go to an abandoned or vacant property per se, or something further away, and then they're being assaulted. Okay, so being able to pick up on certain things and also being a little bit more attentive and more aware. Outside of those things in regards to firearms, I've done consultation and teaching and helping people pick out firearms that are best suited for them. I'm not going to force my opinion on you. My body and the way I actually handle firearms is going to be probably different than someone else. So make sure we find the right thing and kiss a couple frogs beforehand. Outside of that, I'm also a resource in regards to actually obtaining and things like that. But then there's the other side. When it comes to the outdoor side, the information and the things that I have in regards to my experiences in hunting. I do bow hunting, I do bow fishing, I do regular fishing, I fish from the pier, from the boat, from the docks. I get you started in that. Teach you how to learn how to actually tie knots and things, what type of tackle gear you need for the most part. My dad says a lot of times that you have people who do fish, people who fish, there's fishermen, and then there's anglers. You go to the pier, you see someone catching fish, you assume that they're a fisherman, but they just happen to catch any old thing they can catch for the day. A fisherman goes out, he has an idea, he has a plan, he's going out, he's more than likely targeting, he's going to catch fish. An angler knows exactly, this day, the barometric pressure, this temperature, this time of year, spawn's happening, blah, blah. I'm going to use this bait. And the water's murky today, so guess what? It rained the other day. We use a chartreuse and a black instead of a pumpkin and something else, whatever. So those things change. So fishing, hunting, firearms, and I've been mentoring kids left and right. So pretty much that's it.
So I love what you're doing because you're showing that guns are for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Protecting yourself is for everybody. Feeding your family is for everybody. It's not just for a select group of people.
Oh, yeah.
It is
for
for everyone. And I love that. I love what you're doing.
So the way I pivot with that is, I just don't look at also the fact that, it's not for certain. I look at the historical side of things. Some of the stuff seems taboo, depending on your demographic, where you come from. Some may assume that if you have firearms that you come from either a violent path or things like that. What I find is a lot of folks who have these inhibitions, these fears and things with firearms, they're rooted in either passed on secondhand information or things that they hear.
Right.
Things, again, my degree is in marketing at the end of the day. So things that are badged and bundled up a certain way, hey, that's digestible. That makes sense. It's also feasible. So you accept that as fact. So I make sure that these people get a fair shake. Yeah. My goal is not to make everyone armed in this world. My goal is to give you a good experience, the correct information, and combat ignorance in the sense that you make a decision. Get comfortable, swing over.
Well, that might help.
Put that dot on.
I'm just gonna go iron.
Iron sight. Hey, listen, swinging. Look, when you swing, remember, you're gonna shoot and swing over. Because the closest, the quickest way, the point from point A to B is what? Straight line. So if you bring down here, you gotta bring it back up to your line of sight again. Yeah. Your eyes first. All right.
We moving before that one?
You 1, 2, start moving. You shoot whenever you feel comfortable in the move. Run and get to that spot and shoot that last one. Let me set this back for you.
All right, let's get.
All right. Shooter, are you ready? Stand by. Shoot. Extra measure. Listen, in high school they called him Double Tap Terry.
So, how can people get in touch with Urban Outdoorsman?
Okay, not a problem. Of course, it's direct, phone numbers, things like that, but I'm on social media. You can find me at Instagram. You can find me at Urban Outdoorsman 1650. The 1650 is actually the actual house address for my granddad's property down in Deep South Georgia. So you'll find me on there. You'll find me on everything from Threads to, as well as Facebook. Urban Outdoorsman is on Facebook as well. I post, for the most part, a lot of the things that I do and also the offerings that I have in regards to folks who reach out to me, see me catching fish and they say, hey, look, I really want to learn how to fish. Okay. How serious are you, and also what's your timeline? What fish are you looking to catch? After that, we figure out, we put a plan together. I've actually had a point where I've taken a whole family out fishing where a little kid really wanted to learn how to fish. That father had never fished before. We went out, didn't catch anything all day. End of the day, that kid caught the very last fish. I told him, I said, listen, we're packing up the leaves, drizzle. The best thing you can do is leave a line out. That one line that's been left out. A lot of things in life, but right now, pretty much changed his day in that life, his life for that point. He pretty much, he turned back, he said, Mr. Hill, hey, I think I got something. I said, you sure? Right there on that pier, I taught him how to fillet that fish. They sent me pictures that night of fried fish nuggets that he made. He fed the whole family. Changed his life. So my thing is, when you're looking for outdoor experiences, if I don't have them, if I'm not into it per se, I have pretty much resources. So what I do is I expound beyond my own knowledge and make sure that folks who are looking for, I guess, certain type of culture or experiences outdoors, I put you in place.
Coach him up here.
Yeah, listen, we out here trying to get life skills.
Coach him up here.
You gotta harness that balance. You gotta be virtuous, yeah? Virtuous means you are capable of danger, all right? You can't be meek and mild. You are a victim in wait. If you are virtuous, you are capable of danger, but you are judicious in when you actually use or enact it. Real simple.
That's right.
All right? All right, who next?
So you can tell a lot about a person by their football team, right? Our goal is to ask everybody we interview what their favorite football team is. So what you got? What's your favorite football team?
I'm gonna make it simple for you, all right? So, contrary to belief, I was born in Atlanta, okay? My parents, my dad's side's from Georgia, mom's side's from North Carolina. Dad went to Howard. My sister was born here in D.C. They moved down to Atlanta to be closer to the family. On my dad's side, I was born there. They moved right back here. My first experience in football was at RFK Stadium. I'm talking about ice cold, snotty, nose sickles and stuff hanging and whatnot. I'm eating popcorn and pretzels that probably cost a whole lot less than they do these days and whatnot. My dad's drinking a beer. I'm probably underdressed a little bit, but he had free tickets and we were going to nosebleed. We had binoculars. So my roots go back to those experiences with him. My rapport with my dad is super close. That's one of my best friends and whatnot. So he's definitely strong and very much, prevalent in my life. Those core memories reign supreme. So I remember, because I was alive when we did win the Super Bowl and whatnot. It's been a long time, but I'm diehard and loyal. So with that, I'm still a Commanders, Redskins, Commanders, as they say these days and whatnot.
Hey,
so, yeah.
Jaden Daniels might be the next one to take you back.
Listen, I'm hoping that we build around. My thing is this, though, when it comes to that, I'm hoping that we build around him for one. We also think about the future, and in thinking about the future, the now seems sweet. I get it. I don't want another RG3 situation where we're pushing him to the limit or allowing him to dictate that, hey, because I really want to win. And my idea is this. The goal is to get to this end point. It doesn't have to be right here, right now, but we need to start making steps incrementally and inching towards that, and I'm with it. I'm here to support.
I hope he smartens up and goes north. We just want to thank you for coming out, teaching us a couple little tricks. Hopefully I can learn how to walk and shoot a little bit better. I struggle with that, but we definitely appreciate you coming out and showing us a thing or two.
No problem.
I'm Jay Lacowsey.
I'm Mac Robinson.
And this has been
J-Mac Impact.
Hey.